Welcome to Siyafunda program once more. We are dealing with mathematics in this program. Remember, mathematics is easy, especially if simplified. Here at Siyafunda, we are trying to simplify mathematics yethu. Ngifisa-ke sibuke i-program ye-mathematics for both paper 1 and paper 2. Khumbula ukuthi paper 1 wona unama chapters, main chapters awu-6, kanti paper 2 unama main chapters awu-4. Ake sibheke ama chapters esiwatholayo ku paper 1. Khumbula paper 1 unama chapter awu-6, whereas paper 2 will have the 4 main chapters. I want us to look at these 10 chapters altogether, but today we'll tackle only one section. The first topic is called algebra. Algebra is the key to mathematics. Algebra is the key. If you can't get hold of algebra, a number of sections will be able to lose them. So kubalulekile ukuthi bafunde bayibambisise algebra yethu ngoba ibone ukey etholakala wonke ama sections oma u10 ku mathematics yethu. I-topic esibili esizokhuluma ngayo kuthiwa number patterns. Going back to algebra first. Khumbula ukuthi algebra uhlukene ama subtopics awu-7. Algebra uhlukene ngama subtopics awu-7 nje kuphela. Kanti number patterns yena the second topic uhlukene kathathu kuphela. Simuva siya kwi-topic yesithathu. The third topic after number patterns sibiza ngama functions. Ama functions yilokho esikubiza ngama graphs ethu. Ama functions, ama graphs now futhi in a number ama graphs esinawo abe u5 esewonke. After ama functions kulandela i-topic esibiza ngo financial maths. Another topic now to maths of finance, ekhuluma ngama finances. This is where we should be specific when we are dealing with this section. Even nangama commas ekhuluma ngawo abe specific up to the T. Number 5. The fifth topic esokhuluma ngayo kuzoba kuyi-calculus. Then the last topic sizobe siyibiza nge-probability, a chance of something happening. So these are the 6 topics esidila ngawo ku paper 1 in our mathematics syllabus, whether we're doing grade 10, 11 or 12. At 12 there's only one new topic oyiqalayo okuyi-calculus only, but all other topics you do them from as low as grade 8. So it is important that we should understand all those topics in totality. Let's look at paper 2. Paper 2, as I said, unama topics awu-4 nje kuphela. The first topic ku paper 2 kuthiwa data handling. Abanye le topic bayibiza nge-statistics. Lokho sikubiza previously ngo-statistics, now we refer to it as data handling. Number 2, the next topic after data handling, topic esibiza ngo-coordinate geometry, abanye bathi analytical geometry. This is the second topic. And the third topic esinayo under paper 2 says sibize yona nge-trigonometry. This is also one of the biggest sections in paper 2, trigonometry. Then the last topic esinayo ku paper 2, it used to be paper 3 previously, and it's very challenging but very easy to do. It is called the Euclidean geometry. Right, let's talk briefly about all these topics as now. Let's look at the first one. Algebra. Remember, algebra in a with mathematics. It's usually about 25 marks. 25 marks. In our exam, it's plus or minus 25 marks in our exam. So this is a sizable number of marks that we need to get now one month, and it is easy to score a total in this section. And more question 1, you are likely to finish well in your mathematics paper. That is the topic that we'll be dealing with today. This topic actual algebra. Iyona topic ebesifisa ukuthi sibhekisise namhlanje ohlelweni namhlanje. Topic esibiza ngo-algebra. So tell this topic esibiza ngo-algebra inama subtopics noma igatshana zayo ezu-7. Iziphi lezo igatshana? Esokuqala yilokho esikubiza nge-factorization. This is what is tested, factorization. This is what is tested in this section. The first thing that I say test out with a section, kuthiwa yi-factorization. Now, factorization starts from grade 4 up to grade 12, so it is important that we nail this section, and it is very easy, especially if simplified. The next subtopic after factorization, at times what is a factorizing our total factors. Therefore, it is important that we should know exactly what to do when we don't find factors. Most of our total factors, khona umshini esiwusebenzisayo ekuthiwa i-quadratic formula. Quadratic formula. Kubalulekile ukuthi sikubalule kule section esikhuluma ngayo ka-algebra ukuthi this section masikhuluma ngayo sibheke kakhulukazi the quadratics ax squared plus bx plus c. Ax squared plus bx plus c. We make this equal to 0. This is very important in this section. All the 7 subtopics, once us would see equation in that standard form, we call that standard form ax squared plus bx plus c. We must put it in that form first for us to be able to move on with whatever we're doing. After a quadratic formula, we'll talk to a section called inequalities. Inequalities. This is the section where we use symbols of no greater or equals to, no more or less than. That's what, instead of equal sign, we push in those signs. That's that topic we call inequalities. It's usually between 3 to 5 marks in our examinations. The next topic, let's check how many we have now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. After inequalities, we've got what we call simultaneous equations. Simultaneous equations. This is where we are given 2 equations and we're required to solve them at the same time. We're given 2 equations at the same time. We name the first one equation 1, the second one equation 2, then we solve them simultaneously. Then the next subtopic under algebra, remember that algebra is the first topic in paper 1. It has got about 7 subtopics. It's factorization, quadratic formula, inequalities, simultaneous equation. Then the next one will be problem solving. This topic is very interesting, problem solving. It's testing our problem solving skills. It's arming us to be able to solve problems. Whatever problem that comes across in our paper, we'll be able to solve using the skills that we get from this particular section. It's the section that we don't usually learn in class. It just comes out in your exam to check our problem solving skills. After this subtopic, the next one will be exponents and surds. Exponents and surds. This usually, you learn that from grade 8 as well. It comes out in your exams as in exponents and surds. Then the last subtopic under this algebra, which is the first questions, which is the first topics in paper 1, will be the nature of roots. The nature of roots. Right. These are all 7 subtopics. Factorization, quadratic formula, inequalities, simultaneous equations, problem solving, exponents and surds, and the nature of roots. These are the 7 subtopics that we'll be dealing with when you talk of algebra. So when you see the word algebra or quadratic theory, it comprises of these 7 subtopics. That's what exactly you'll be exempt on, whether you're doing grade 10, 11, or 12. Now, let's take examples of each of these to understand what each topic entails. We will start with the questions on factorization, followed by quadratic formula, inequalities, simultaneous equations, problem solving, exponents and surds, and lastly, the nature of roots. Remember, these are very easy. Let's start with factorization. What is it that I need to expect when I'm given a problem and I'm required to apply factorization? Let's make an example. If I give you 3x plus 1 over x, let me say it's equals to what? Let me say it's equals to 4. This is usually about 5 marks, 4 to 5 marks in the examination. The problem might not always come like this. Remember the main aim. We want to put our equation like this. So the trick is, we might disrupt this formation so that you first come to that formation before you factorize. The same problem here. This problem might come like this. It can have 3x squared. I'm multiplying everything by x. It can come as 3x squared plus 1 equals to 4x. It can come up like this. Or the same problem can come out like this. 3x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals to 0. It can come up in these three different ways. This is one of the same problem, but you can just twist your mind and check whether you can take it back into the standard into the standard position. This is how this examination sets this one. Let's work this thing out. We want to have it in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Let's do the thing. There's a fraction here, and I hate fractions, and I can't work with fractions. How do I kill that fraction? I multiply each and every term by x. Let's see what will happen if we do that. If we multiply this by x, we'll have 3x squared. We've got the ax squared now. We've got that, the first part. Plus, what happens when I multiply this by x? If I put x here, so this x will go with x, I'll be left with 1, which in this case will be the constant term, which is c. In other words, that I know that I've got the middle term must have bx, something x, but I already know this one will be equals to 1. If I multiply this by x as well, I will have 4x, but I've got to take it this side so that I will have minus 4x. Then I will have 0 this side. My form is what I wanted. Ax squared plus bx plus c. I've got it in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. What is a here? It is 3. What is b here? Remember, your b is not 4, but it is minus 4. And our c, of course, it is 1. Then I can factorize. When I factorize, I open 2 sets of brackets. Of course, they are equals to 0. These factors of 1 are very easy to find, because factors of 1 are 1 and 1. And they both have to be negative, because I see a negative there. 3x and x this side. Now, let's factorize. Let's check the middle term. If I say 3x times x, I get this one, correct? But if I say 3x times 1, I get 3x. I don't know the sign at the moment. If I say 1 times x, I will get x. But how do I get minus 4x? To get minus 4x, it will call for this first one to be negative as well as the second one to be negative, so that when I put them together, if it's swahlanganisa kuzopuma or x aba negative about 4, negative 4x. This simply negative 4x means or negative x aba negative about 4. Right, let's push in the correct signs now. 3x times 1, we got this one, so this must be negative, and this one too must be negative to give me o minus x. At the same time, negative 1 times negative 1 must give us that positive 1. So the factors are correct. We do have factors in this particular case, which are correct as well. What is the answer now? Remember, the principle is, whenever we multiply 2 numbers and we're getting 0, it simply means definitely one of them must be 0. If I've got a number multiplied by another number, I get a 0. One of these numbers must be 0. It doesn't matter what the other one is. If this one is 0, this one can be 2,000, but the answer will be 0. It simply means one of these numbers must be 0. That is where this or comes from. For example, I've got 2 numbers that I'm multiplying here, and I'm getting 0. It means this might be 0, or this might be 0. Let us write that down mathematically. We are then saying 3x minus 1 must be 0, or this one can also be 0. Or x minus 1 can also be equals to 0. Remember, these are equations. These are equations. This is equals to that. What is it that we're looking for? The question would be saying, solve for x. Well, I want to find the actual value of x. What is x? It is important that when we do this section, CNs are in connection with the graphs. Because when we solve for these quadratics, look at this one. If I've got an expression, x to the power 2, it means that I'm going to find 2 roots. That is what I'm actually looking for, the roots when we do graphs. If we've got x to the power 2, it means that I will sobanama x-intercept out 2. We're actually looking for the x-intercept when we solve this problem. Hence, we're going to have 2 solutions. If this was power 3, we are going to get 3 solutions. For example, a graph like this one, it's going to give us 3 roots, 1, 2, 3. These are x-intercept. That's what we are looking for when we're actually solving for x, even from grade 8 onwards. Remember that in your grade 8, grade 9, grade 10, you're doing straight line graphs like this. We're just going to find one value of x in that particular case. But in this particular section, we use this one as an example, rather than these other 2. Right, what is the value of x this side? Our x, therefore, would be, we take 1 iangale, or you subtract, you remove this 1, you also have to remove the same thing that other side. In other words, we're going to have 3x is equals to, you take 1 that side, it becomes positive, Then we divide by 3 on both sides. If we divide by 3 here, I'm going to have x is equals to 1 over 3. Let's see what we have on the other side. The second root will then be, if you take that one that side, it will be x is equals to 1. These are the two solutions that we have. So this is how you go about factorizing a particular problem.